Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth 144, chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in all of this divine energy essence of it all, and always reporting to you live from nowhere other than the fifth dimension in time, as we continue to evolve and ascend through the ascension of time. Ashe, as usual, I bring you the news to infuse, if you so choose to infuse with that light. And what I have here is that 2D consciousness is speaking. Respect the land. The land is calling. It is calling. Through the wisdom in the wind, the breeze in the trees, the vibration in the earth, and the information in the leaves. If you're willing to be listening and choosing to receive, we have everything we need at our fingertips. And I share this in speaking to you all. I got this message actually a couple of days ago as I was just sitting out here, and the land was really speaking as I was grounding and listening, and it's saying, it's calling, are you listening? Specifically speaking to those in all parts of the earth that are going through any drastic changes in the land, right? This is a split. There's a bifurcation time that is happening, and wherever is hit, you are seeing and feeling the split. Wherever there's a hit, there's a split. So wherever there's any major damages in the earth, whether it be volcanoes, earthquakes, fires, floods, wind, water, rain, all of the elements that are being activated in the earth, as we, let's not kid ourselves, as we have these solar flares, we have the cosmic messenger passing through, we have more solar flares coming at the earth, intense solar wind, solar activity, that is information being directly impacted into the earth. And so we're feeling it not just in the earth itself, but in our bodies, through the nervous system. And that's why I said, please ground, please ground as much as you can. Your grounding is going to be your best form of meditation, and your meditation is your medication. So take a dose every day if you can. And so this message that I have, I'm going to share with you, has to speak to those specific people who are in those zones that have to pick up the pieces, that are a part of the recreation process. Thank you. Bird gives its call. That is the birds of faith, blue jays specifically. Communication, faith. How are we communicating with each other? How are we rebuilding? How are we building our faith? How are we recreating with the creative activity in this earth? And so what I have to share before I go into that message, because this was a specific message to directly to those people. So if you have those ears to hear, let them hear a message from the earth, from 2D consciousness, which is everything in the earth, elements, plant life, marine life, everything that is in the earth. Ashe. And what was coming before me is to also highlight the separation between the two. This is a bifurcation. The lines are splitting, and so we're definitely seeing it through these events in the earth. We're seeing in humanity this split that is rising. We're seeing the difference in people. We're seeing the truth that is really rising to the forefront. And I saw clearly these two types of, let's say, people. And it's not to split, but it's to show the difference. The only way that we're going to come together in rightful standing with ourselves as humanity in the earth, and with right standing, is by separating, is by discerning. Right? Don't confuse discerning with judgment. A lot of people want to call it judgment. Do not let them put their judgment on you. It is called sound discernment, which is having good judgment of what is and what isn't. So now we're in the stage where things are happening so you can recognize what isn't and what is. And how you're going to see the truth of what is by realizing the truth of what isn't. So we have those who are the isn'ts, those that are connected to the parasitic energies, to the demiurge, if you will, to the dysfunctions and the corruptions in the land, in these particular parts. And of course, I'm speaking for my connection in itself is directly with, Jamaica, with the land of Jamaica. And this may be happening if you have any blood. Let me say this before I go any further. If you have any blood in any other land, it's any connection, any lineage, you're going to feel it. Whether you're physically there or not, it's going to bubble up inside of you. I call it the blood is boiling. We're being cooked, and we're going to feel it mentally, emotionally, in all types of ways. So for those who have people in the Philippines with all the flooding, you're going to feel that as well. It's being highlighted to you. Those in Costa Rica with the earthquakes, wherever there's any damage in that land, if your blood is connected to that land, then the blood is boiling. Right? And not for bad. It is to bring a certain resonance through. So with that said, you're able to see, let me get back to the difference in discernment. You're able to see the difference. And for me, this took a toll. I must say personally took a toll, because that's where my lineage, my blood is. And so it's really hard to stabilize the frequencies. Those of us who are, let's say, tuned into higher frequencies, it's harder to stabilize those frequencies while feeling the bubbling up, the kicking up of the blood that's being cooked, of feeling the resistance, and seeing the separation clearly. And it kind of is a temptation and a distraction that wants to even, let's say, lower your vibrations or even bring you into the lower densities, but we have to stay afloat. Recognize it, ground heavy, and find the difference. Ask the divine to show you what is the difference, what is it that you need to see. And so what I share with you is the differences is what I'm seeing in the type of people that you gravitate to, and how to know what is not is when you see the same repetitive dysfunctions. There's a certain desperation in their hands that are in that land. Their hands are idle. They have handouts. They're looking for a handout. And I'm not saying everyone doesn't deserve help, but we have to know the difference between the cries for help, because there's a confusion in these cries. There's a very thin line. Within some of these cries, there are lies. Within some of these cries, there are excuses and alibis to continue the dysfunctions and the corruption that they're used to spilling out in. And being wrapped in. There's a desperation in them that they often don't see, but they're also not ready. The message that I was getting is that it's not everyone that can receive the help. Not everyone can give the help either. We have to be mindful of who is giving and who is receiving. Who is giving to you and who are you receiving from? And being stead firm. I had the challenge. I definitely did. And there are people disguised in ways as if they are helping, but they are still reaping the land for their own selfish gain. They're still taking advantage of others in the way they want to do things. And so let me get to this clear point, is what it was highlighting. If people want to stay, because we're not here to take people out of their dysfunctions, we're here to basically stabilize the frequencies as beacons of light, and be that light, and be standing in truth, and be able to be a bridge for those who are willing to see the bridge and bridge themselves over. For those who want to stay in the conformities, you leave them. And you also do not put your hand in the process, if that makes sense. It may sound mean, but it is not for you. You cannot help them. It's the message I was getting. Even if they seem needy and, oh, I just need this, you cannot help them. Right? The most you can do is give them a little of something, but you cannot help them. Their mindset is skewed a certain way, and they only know how to receive in the way that they have been reaping thus far, through the corruptions, through the scandalous modes, right? In my case, as I said, in the land of Jamaica, there's a lot of piratism. There's a lot of scam type of thinking. And people only know how to get things out of you by some type of malevolent manipulation. Um, and so we have to stand firm and recognize these tactics and recognize these false sounds of help, and not hate them. They know not themselves, right? Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Not hate them, not despise them, but stand your ground and know that if they are displaying this way of being, if they are holding to the conformities of that land, of corrupt governments, if they are still standing by and saying, I stand for this, and you know that there is corruption there, then you leave them where they be, and you realize and recognize that this is a group that cannot be helped in this manner until they're able to unveil and see for themselves, which for the most part they're intertwined in the parasitic energies. So those are the ones that we have to stand firm, and we have to recognize and discern with that third eye sharpness of what it is not. Right? It is not of truth. It is not of beauty. It is not of goodness. It is not in true standing with divine's order. So if you have instructions, as I have been given, and you go through and they are trying to deter you, then they are not who you are to work with or answer the calls, the cries. You listen to the cries and you send your love and light. It may sound firm, may sound mean, but it's firm, it's assertive, it's truth. And we have to just be able to send our love and light to surround them, and then detach yourselves in any way possible, because they will hold on to you like desperate grasping. They will drag like a drowning man will drag you under the water, desperate to be on top, desperate for air, because it's their survival mode. So you see the difference between those that are surviving and those that are thriving. If I could keep it simple, you look for the ones that are in the mode of thriving. Those who are claiming they need this to survive and they're in survival mode, you allow them to exist in survival mode and send them your love and light. Detach and separate and seek those that are thriving, right? And those are the ones that we're able to be the bridge for. Be there for those that are thriving. Have your energy ready for those that are thriving, and do not deplete your energy with those that are surviving, if that makes sense. Ashe? So now this is the message for those that are thriving. And these are those, and the example I was shown was those people who have their hands in the land, that although there may have been some devastation, I was going to say demonstration, because they are demonstrating, they are exemplifying the creative activity of recreating, right? And recreating through the land, not rebuilding something that once was, that was devastated for a reason. So they are able to navigate through the devastation, if that makes sense. And these are the people that are not having their hands out, not looking for a handout, but making a way within the earth. They are returning to the earth. They are seeing the abundance in the earth and how they can live abundantly in the earth. They are recognizing that man's governments and mankind has not been able to not only has it not been able to help them or suffice for them, but they're realizing how they really are self-sufficient. And so they have no need for that old paradigm. That old paradigm is falling away from them. Whether they fully see it or not, these are the ones that are willing to step in to the earth and listen to the earth. These are the ones that are able to amplify on this light grid. In this light grid activation, they are able to catch the messages and to be able to begin to build a new true earth within the true timeline. They are flipping the narrative as the narrative is being flipped with them. Ashe? So to you all, to you who are willing and ready, light bodies that are ready to recreate, that are ready to be receptive through this recreation in time, this is the message that the earth has for you. And I, of course, got the download and notated it, so I'm sharing that with you. This is in respect to the land and being aware that the land is calling, that You have been stripped of everything to reconnect with the land. Now listen. You're engaging now by literally putting your hands and feet in the earth and reconnecting by infusing with the pulsations of the earth. Dormant codes are unlocking while you are engaging. Know this. The trees you clear with the debris and old garbage that you clean engages with the earth in receptive ways. Right? That opens your channels of receiving. So simply by you giving into the earth, by you cleaning up in a way that you probably never cleaned up before, by you removing the debris, you're opening the channels of receiving. She will give back. The seeds you sow will be blessed in bounty with the hands that have tilled the soil. You are the fertilizers that disperse the nutrients that are always in abundance in the earth. You are the fertilizers right now as you recreate in the earth, as you make way. Listen to her. She gives divine advice through divine ideas. So as you're cleaning, what I was being shown that is for those of you who are reconnecting in the land in that way, be mindful, listen. It's not just cleaning up for you on a very physical level. It is connecting mentally, emotionally. Pour your emotions out into the land. Stand barefoot in the land and let the energies flow through you. Release, cry if you must. These tears are portals into the earth as well as it's water. Waters are portals, and the tears are a part of that. Give back those tears into the earth. Release and find yourself letting go of old thoughts, old paradigms, old ideologies. And as you do that and you're putting your hands in the earth, there is an energy exchange that is happening. She will give back. Should you choose to listen, should you choose to be receptive, you will find, some of you are already having it, you will find ideas, divine ideas flowing through you by connecting with 2D consciousness as she is speaking. I'm listening to her now. And here's what she's saying. What you can say is speak. I am listening, and be connected. The trees you cut can be used for lumber. This is like a particular message for particular people, wherever it resonates. If you're in particular parts of the land and find yourself having to do this, the trees you cut can be used for lumber that you need right now, for temporary shelters, tables, something to sit on. It can be used in many ways as you can think of. Pay attention to parts of the land that are ideal for you and parts that are dangerous or no good. So she's speaking to you. As you're connecting, you're going to hear guidance as to where to go. Clearly, if your home was completely devastated, it's also highlighting to you that is not where you should be. That is not where you should, quote unquote, rebuild. And so listen as she points out to you. If you find yourself being relocated to another part of the land and it feels like abundance there, then that part of the land is speaking to you. If you intuitively feel that you're being called to another part of the land, take a visit, take a look at it. There's a reason why it's calling to you. And listen out for parts that are dangerous and no good. So whether it's the land that is no good or whether it's the people in the land, because the other separation, the other set of people are also in that land where that corruption is, and that corruption that is still in their blood, and the desperation that they have not washed out of their blood. So seek these places. If you listen to the land intuitively, she'll guide you as to where to go. She'll guide you as to what to do and open avenues for you. Seek to build new rather than to rebuild something that you already had. And I'm speaking physically, I'm speaking mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Thank you, Wing. I'm speaking collectively. There are concepts that must be released in order for you to access your abundance. So listening is completely taking account for how you have showed up, how you may have played a part in old ways that no longer serve you. Be willing to be receptive to receive the new, and in order to receive the new, there is a destruction of the old. There is that devastation. Look at what has been dismantled. Look at the ideas and whatever frustrations you may be having. Look at why they are so. Because that's what this retrograde month, remember we are also in a retrograde month, is here to show us. What do we need to let go during elimination month? What is coming to the surface that is highlighting to you, this is no good. This way of thinking, this way of being does not serve me. And are we willing to let that go? And to the degree that you're willing to let go is to the degree that you are willing to receive the blessings of abundance. It is to the degree in which you open your channels as the light pours and flows through you, ever living water in this Aquarian age of the knowing. Is the water bearer that is pouring into your crown if you so choose to allow that. Everything is a choice point. So to my people of the land, to my people in the land that are willing to listen to the land, 2D consciousness speaks. Are you listening? Are we willing to be in right standing with the earth, in her showing us her glory and all she is worth, as we come into an awareness of what we are worth? Power to the people. Empowerment is within you. The truth is going to set you free, but it will piss you off first, so let it be. Allow the truth to break through. This is the break for the breakthrough, is what I'm hearing. So if you feel broken, allow that. And some of us are feeling it in different ways. I know may not be in the hot zone of the devastated places, but a lot of us are going through feelings of being broken for the light to break through. And this is for lifetimes, right? It may not be just for this lifetime. This is multidimensional, but it's happening at a physical level. It's happening during this particular finite experience, but don't get it twisted. It's an infinite existence. And we are finding the particular points on our infinite axis in time, if that makes sense. Ashe? So with that said, please respect the land that you are in. Listen to what is calling you and dismiss what is not. Those who choose their decisions and their destinies, let it stand with them. And you stand firm on what it is through your spirit of discernment, of knowing what is, through the Sophia energy of wisdom that rises. Rise in your wisdom. Rise, you mighty people. And emancipate yourself from all mental slavery, because the time is now. And the wind picks up. Literally, as I said that, the trees blew. And there it goes. The plant says hello to you. So with that said, love and light to you all, always. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Be that candle. Be the love, be the light, be the truth. The beauty lies within. Peace, love, and light.